I would say for less than 5 games out, why not go for it? I wouldn't say trade our whole farm. I'm not on track for the rebuild yet, but I just can't deal with these 81 and 81 seasons, 77 and 85 seasons, 73. I just can't deal with these seasons. If we have to rebuild, we rebuild. But we can't just like be a few games out every year. We just need to do something about it. We can't be trading our farm either. But I say if we find a decent trade for a player we don't see in our future, what the heck, go for it. But it just pains me to see Jared Kelenic go, as he's absolutely dominating. But we have to be smart who we're trading. I do not see Brody trading any more of our farm, hopefully. I know he's very aggressive on the winning side, but we just have to be smart with our prospects. They're our future. We need them for our future. I know he doesn't like to rebuild, but if we're just going to set these 500 seasons, not like the playoffs, what's the point? I'd rather have a rebuild and win a championship in 5 more years. I don't care being called the Little Brothers of New York. As long as we win a championship in a few more years. That's what rebuild's for. Rebuilds for teams. As you saw, the Mariners. The Mariners had a good season last year. They above 85 wins. That's a good team right there. And they rebuilt. They tore it all down. They started off the season pretty well, but yeah. So they rebuilt. You could be a good team and still rebuild. But I'm not saying rebuild right now. But we just gotta stay a little bit. 1 second. We're just going to look at the NL East standings. The Phillies are currently, they're currently 5 games ahead of the Mets. The Braves are 2 games ahead of the Mets. Mets looking at a 30-32 record, coming off a 2-game win streak against the Giants. The Mets are pretty good at home this year, going 17-10. Very bad on the road, 13-22. The last 10, they're 4-6. But, yeah, this is definitely a bad situation to be in, because we're a 500 team right now. We're 2 games under 500. We're going into a very tough schedule. Let me pull up the Mets schedule real quick. Excuse me. So basically, we're in a very tough situation right now. The Phillies are just on a tear right now. Their whole team is just dominating. Jay Bruce, former Met, is just tearing it down for them. He had a grand slam the other day, putting them ahead of all the other teams. And it's just very frustrating to see the Phillies get Bryce Harper when we kind of gone. This is what we're looking at for our June schedule. We have the Rockies for a 3-game series, which is a very, very tough team. Rockies have Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, Daniel Murphy, and they have a okay pitching staff. Charlie Blackmon. They have a pretty good little team over there. So definitely something we should be a little afraid of. We have a 2-game Subway Series against the Yankees and the Yankees, we know how they are. They're on a tear right now. And then we have the Cardinals for a 4-game series, and we know how that went last time. I think we got a game on them, and everything just fell from there. Jordan Hicks is unstoppable. Andrew Miller is unstoppable for the Mets. We could not touch their bullpen. Miles Mikolas threw an absolute gem against us. So I don't know what's up with that, but other than Pete Alonso's homer against Dakota Hudson, our offense sucked against the Cardinals. We were absolutely terrible. Then we have a crucial series against the Braves, and the Braves in a 3-game series. But this is a make or break. I think, in my opinion, this is a make or break for our rebuild. If we get swept, just tear it all down. Just trade everyone. Who cares? But if we sweep this, I definitely see us contending for the trade deadline. The trade deadline is a little bit after the All-Star break, as we all know. Then we have the Cubs, who just got Craig Kimbrell. That very makes me a little angry. Craig Kimbrell is ours. Many reporters have told us, Mets fans, that we were in deep talk with Craig Kimbrell, but he just wasn't feeling the deal. And another crucial series that we have, actually, this is a little bit of a stretch right here. Excuse me. This is a very bit of a stretch right here. We have the Braves, Cubs, Phillies, Braves, and then another Yankees, Phillies. And Marlins. So we need to win. We can't get swept by the Phillies. If we get swept by the Phillies and the Braves, we know what happens. But if we just gotta stay in these games. We have the Marlins. We can't get swept by the Marlins. Excuse me. I just get so angry when I think about how we got swept by the Marlins. We could easily be 33 and 29 right now. 33 and 29 looks so much better right now. 33 and 29 would put us in second place, tied with the Braves. And it's coulda, shoulda, woulda. If we won the Syndergaard game, kept them in 34 and 28, and then earlier games against the Nationals, we could be 35-27, be tied for first place. It's coulda, shoulda, woulda. These little things, beating these teams early in the season, make or break your season. If those are 5 games right there. If we win those games, we don't even need to think about a rebuild at the moment. Now we're just thinking, what are we doing? We're in an awful spot right now. Our farm sucks. Our team is so inconsistent. It's just a weird mixture. We don't know what to do. We're just average right now. We don't even have a backup plan. We had a good draft. Don't get me wrong in that. But it's just weird. We don't have anything going on. But it's coulda, shoulda, woulda, as I said before. Mickey Callaway needs to go. Not to go on a rant right here, but he just blew so many games this season. But then we put the Pirates, who are a pretty good team this season. White Sox. So we have a pretty easy schedule, and we have a decent schedule in July. We start off July kind of on a rough note. Actually, we start off July starting the Subway Series, Phillies. But then we have the Marlins, the Twins, who are actually killing it at the moment. Excuse me. Then we have the Giants, Padres, who aren't too intimidating. The Pirates, who we could beat if we play the right cards. They're definitely not a team to play with, but same with the Padres. The Padres and the Padres and the Pirates are kind of in the same boat when the Mets play them. White Sox, that should be an easy series. Then we play the Pirates again. So these series against the Pirates make or break us, actually, because they're a solid team, but we need to beat them. Then it's after All-Star break, everything's done. Yeah, so that's the trade deadline and everything. But yeah, so those series in July, we cannot get swept. We cannot get swept by the Phillies. We cannot lose a game to the Marlins. If we go 2-1 against the Phillies, and then we sweep the Marlins, that's a 5-1 record right there. That's 5-1 division right there. That's what we need to do. I know the Phillies are an absolute unit of a team right now, but that can't be an excuse. We are a solid team too. Pete Alonso, Wilson Ramos, Robinson Cano, all these guys are sluggers. We just need to play the right cards. We need to stay healthy. We need to stay consistent. Ahmed Rosario, Adeiny Echeverria, those are both solid players. Oh my God. J.D. Davis is a stud. We just need these players to shine at the right moment. Michael Conforto is a stud. Carlos Gomez gets the team rallied up. And Brandon Nimmo's coming back. He played he's starting in his first rehab game with with our single A team, St. Lucie Mets. So, if we play the right cards, Jeff McNeil, all these guys, if we produce, we should have no problem. Our pitching needs to stay consistent. Jacob deGrom, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't care about if he's a Cy Young. I care about now. I love Jacob deGrom for his last season. But we need to stay consistent now. Jason Vargas is our ace right now. He's the lowest ERA. He had a complete game shutout last night. He was looking like deGrom last year. But I love how our offense is coming along. But our offense and pitching can't come together right at the same time. They always have to be scrambled up. We score 7 runs. We let 10 runs. We throw a complete game. We let 1 run. We score no runs. It's just so inconsistent. Why can't we just put up 5 to 6 runs, even 4 runs for heck's sake? It's just we need to put up runs when our pitching is good. We can't just be like, it's our pitching. We did a good job last night. That's what we should be doing every night against teams like the Giants. The Giants are not a good team. The Giants have no talent. We are a team that should be contending right now. We traded the majority of our farm for Edwin Diaz and Robinson Cano. We want to win. The Giants don't. We just got beat up teams like those. It was a great win today. And, our offense came alive too today, which I gotta love. 3 home runs. Todd Frazier, huge home run. To put us ahead 7-3. But you just gotta love this team. We gotta have faith in this team. We have to. Oh my goodness, it just pains me to see how we lost to all these teams. Just scrolling back at all the. How do we lose to the Giants? How do we get swept by the Marlins? How do we get crushed by the Nationals early in the season? It's just crazy how these make or break games are huge for the Mets. And that can make or break our decision of rebuilding or not. It's just, we're in a very weird situation right now. And not a situation you want to be in. We're in 3rd place right now. We're 5 games back. And if we're looking like at a 77-85 record right now. Maybe an 81-81, but that's getting us absolutely nowhere in the National League East this year. That can maybe get us somewhere last year, but just not this year. This year, the teams are actually competitive this year. It's a weird mixture of everything going on, but hopefully the Mets figure out their stuff. But yeah, back to, we're going to be jumping into our next topic. We're going to be talking about some Mets news. Robinson Cano injured. He was taken out of last night's game, his first game back. And what's he do? He gets injured. He pulls something. And we don't know if he's going to be on the injured list. I think he told the Mets he wants to take a day off or two. But hopefully the Mets, it's just weird. Robinson Cano can't stay healthy. Hopefully he's not another Cespedes. It's just a little bit of a weird mixture of Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano is having a subpar season. He's having an average season. We're paying, I'm sorry. But, yeah. So he was injured last night. As I said before, Brandon Nimmo's coming back soon, hopefully. He had his first rehab start today. Game is still going on down in Florida. But, yeah, it's good to see how he's getting back on the field. Hopefully he turns back into the Nimmo we had last season. Happy guy, gets on base a lot. Hopefully he just gets in his groove, because when we have Nimmo in his groove, oh my gosh, he's such a stud. He had a 280 average last year, 404 base percentage, and he's just a guy you don't want to face when you're pitching. But, yeah, so, that's the injuries going on this week. But, and guess who's back? We got Ron Darling back from his stomach cancer. It's always great to have Ron back in the booth. Ron Darling is one of my favorite announcers of all time. He's back. He's had a speedy recovery. The doctors cleared him for cancer. But he's all clear for now. Hopefully he's back for us for the rest of the season. Gives us good luck with the Mets, hopefully, and yeah, hopefully we use some Ron power ever since he came back. We're undefeated. Y'all love that. But, excuse me. We're gonna be jumping into another topic once again, actually. We're gonna be talking about Mickey Callaway. This is just going to be a little bit of a short topic, but I just wanted to get this off my mind and let you guys know how I'm feeling about Mickey Callaway, because when I put up my mailbox for this morning, most of the questions were involving Mickey Callaway. So I'm just going to read off my Instagram page on my story right now. Someone said, what are your thoughts on Mickey Callaway this season? I think he's blown many games. Manager spot is not his spot, and we just gotta find someone else. We gotta fire him this offseason. He's not putting a spark in this team. He's not leading this team. We had a solid team last year. We were 11-1, and we went to 77-85. That's just crazy. Oh my goodness. We had a 11-1 record, 12-2 record, and he just didn't put a spark in ours. We didn't have too many injuries. We just had Cespedes, and Cespedes wasn't producing too much at the time. It was more Jay Bruce.